Welcome back to another episode of the For the Healthy Host podcast.
Where we talk about conscious living, self-awareness, and everything in between.
I'm your host, Ree.
Sunset Tim.
Thank you for being here and allowing us to be a part of your journey.
Smooth.
How are you?
Well, you real fast.
I was, because last week I got caught sleeping. I don't like going first.
You still didn't go first last week, I don't believe.
I did.
Oh.
But how are you?
I'm good. I'm hype.
Mm-hmm.
I had faith through adversity and it paid off
Always
right
does.
before my eyes. So that was cool as hell. Like, it's one thing to tell yourself like Allah's got me, Allah got me, universe got me, God got me. But then when it happened, it's just like an overwhelming feeling, like an abundant feeling of faith, love, and just security. You know what I mean? So that was really cool to get that little experience just now. Um, so yeah, I'm good. That shit got me riding I'm on a high right now.
Amazing. Love that for you.
How you feeling?
Honey.
What?
Honey. I feel like my week has been very emotional. I think at one point I was spiraling. I don't know. Sometimes it's just hard to be a human. I don't know. Like when life be life, and I feel like I've been experiencing a lot. Not necessarily bad, but like I've been doing hard things. Like, you know what I mean? The things that are going to get me closer to myself, the things that I've been saying that I wanted to do. I've been doing them, and it's hard. It can be difficult. And so I've been going through so many emotions. I've really just been transforming, evolving. That's what's been happening. And evolving is like trying to stretch out of a box. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good in the moment though. But baby, when I tell you, I'm like, what is happening? Like, I'm spiraling. But I'm good. I'm great. I'm happy to be here. Every time we get here, I always be happy to be here.
Yeah, it is a fun part of the week.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
And how y'all doing? From the cubes?
I realized last week I didn't let you say
You
how
did
y'all
not.
doing
You
from
cut
the
me out
cubes.
from the cubes.
From the cubes.
Yeah.
Take a minute to check in with yourself. Deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Becoming grounded. Becoming aware of your inner knowing, of how you're feeling. No judgment allowed. No strings attached. How are you feeling in this moment?
That out the way. What we rapping about today?
Yeah, man. Today.
What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, what the
Today, we are having one of my favorite conversations. I feel like we don't have these enough.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about how creativity is like our birthright, how it's woven into our everyday life and we just don't realize it, and also how important it is in living. When we think about holistic wellness, I don't think that creativity is one of the things that is on the chart, on the pyramid, or whatever graphic you see on the internet today is not on there. But creative fulfillment, creative satisfaction is such a large part, it's a large component of holistic wellness. Are you creatively fulfilled? Are you doing the things that fire your soul up, big and small?
Yeah, so in other words, like how you do you. You know what I mean? Are you enjoying how you do you? Are you participating in doing you? You know what I'm saying? Making sure you not necessarily stand out because we're not doing it for no type of recognition, but expressing yourself, like making sure you are okay, making sure you really showing you to yourself in this realm. That's basically what like creativity kind of is.
I love that.
Chill out.
No, that is
So
that's good.
basically, have you been doing you? Basically,
How you been doing you?
You know what I mean?
How you been doing you? That's what I want to know.
Have you been doing you lately?
I guess my question to you to get this thing kick started.
Going first on everything. It's cool. Go ahead.
It's gotta be cool. What is your philosophy on creativity?
Philosophy.
Philosophy. I've been eating that word up the
You
last two
have
weeks.
been.
What's your
You've been eating it up. Your
philosophy?
philosophy.
What's your philosophy on creativity?
I don't necessarily know if I have one.
You do.
I don't. If so, I've never really tried to like word it,
Yeah.
and whatnot. But I think creativity, like when I think about it, is like really painting your pain. Like is one layer of it for me. Painting your pain, molding your joy and your feelings into something.
Wow.
Like that's what creativity is like to me. So I don't know if necessarily that's a philosophy about it, but that's what creativity is to me. Like bringing beauty to a wanna be controlled situation, person, or environment. Like is what it is for me. Just creativity is like everything. Like I've been a creative like person my whole life.
Yeah.
Um, taking the risk to be creative because there's a risk involved. I guess there's a risk involved when your creativity has is subject to judgment from other people. There's a
Okay.
risk involved,
Okay. I
but
see.
ain't too much of a risk ever involved when you being creative for yourself though. There's no risk because like how it came out was how it was supposed to came out, and that's what you produced. That's what you were feeling. That's what you was going through. But like you know, other artists, I ain't gonna say all artists, but some artists, like when you put your work out there, it is to be perceived.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean? Like me being a musician, like an artist, when I put my work out there, I know it's going to be perceived by people. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I open up the door for
Judgment.
judgment,
Yeah.
basically. Like you know what I
That's I
mean?
get that. That's definitely like a scary part of it.
Yeah,
Um, there's duality in creativity, and like
for sure.
it's creativity is ultimately for you,
Yes.
but a part of creativity is also connecting. That part of it is very vulnerable.
Hmm.
Like I would be lying if I said it wasn't. That also is a very beautiful philosophy. I think it's so funny. Like, I don't know if I have a philosophy. Everybody has a philosophy on everything, whether you are aware of your
I just
philosophy or
don't use that
not.
kind of word
You
like
don't use that kind of word, and you're
every
not
day,
at,
so I don't be
yeah,
knowing.
yeah.
You know. Well, what's your philosophy? I know you was finna roll into it. What's your philosophy on creativity?
Get y'all's man. Like, cause this is him every day, y'all.
What's your philosophy on creativity?
Like, he makes words up. Like, he just be saying this goofy
It
shit.
makes sense.
Totally. My philosophy on creativity. I think that creativity is woven into the nuances of everyday life from a very, I want to say basic, but it's also not very basic. It's also like magical
Mm,
level. The universe created all of us. God created all of us. Everything that is here, that is existing, that we can see or not, was created by source, was created by divine.
mm-hmm.
So inherently, as human beings, we are creators. We are
Okay.
creatives. Every time, like we having a conversation right now, we're co-creating with the universe. Everything you do is in collaboration with the universe and with one another. Like, so we're always creating. We have creativity on a big scale where we're talking about contemporary arts, we're drawing, we're music, and we need those things. Those things are beautiful. But from the moment you wake up, you are creating. From like when you're breathing, you are creating. When you go in there and brush your teeth, you creating. When you like when you're thinking, you're creating, you're co-creating and collaborating with the universe. Like that source energy, that divine energy. Why are you laughing?
You went
Because
off. Like,
it's
you
it's
went
it's
off.
within you. So creativity is quite frankly your birthright, and I think it exists on every. And I want to use the word level. I don't want to use the word level because
Mm-hmm.
level, I don't know, it seems to have some kind of hierarchy in my little brain, but like creativity exists in so many ways. When you're cooking a meal, you're creating. When you are when you're working out, when you're moving your body, you're creating. When you are writing like just any, like literally think of the most simple basic things. We are creating. We were born to create, and it's our birthright. um what else I wanted to say about it?
Baby, went off. That's why I'm laughing. Like, I'm laughing at astonishment. Like, damn, cuz
Okay.
went off like that. You went ridiculous. That shit was crazy.
Thank you. I'm really passionate about
Oh,
creativity.
oh, I can
I'm
tell.
so passionate
I can
about it.
tell.
And I feel like a lot of times humanity, we become this like lost soul almost when
Hmm.
we lack that creative satisfaction. A lot of us aren't creating it. Unfortunately, I want to say a whole lot, but it's just because like I'm always thinking about this. Unfortunately, the way that the world is, we in the way that creativity is talked about, like
Hmm.
as a race, we think of it as this big thing, but it's small, but it's also big. It's also magic, and we don't feel like we have the space to create.
Hmm.
So we often don't do it because it just feels like it should be this big thing, and we think that we should leave creating for the creators, for the artists, for the
Yeah, yeah.
creatives.
There you
But
go.
like, nah, it's creating is for every fucking body.
Yeah, I do. I feel you on like we live in a time period where we believe that like creativity is for a chosen few, like born into
Right,
creativity, like
right,
type thing, like
yeah,
that is their thing. Creativity is their thing. We have a lot of people who think they don't have no creative
yeah.
ability at all. Um, we live in such a business minded time too that like
Mm,
some people won't even unlock their creativity because it doesn't have an end result of revenue.
wow.
Like it's so many people I know want to get involved in something. It be as small as like crocheting or
Hi,
like making yeah,
I'm
making
people.
music or learning how to play an instrument. Motherfuckers won't get into it because they like, well, I mean, like, how does it bring revenue? Like at the end of
Yeah,
we live in a society where at the end of the task, we wanted to make some type of money. Like we wanted to bring some type of revenue in and like everything you do don't need a dollar afterwards.
agreed.
Like you said something to me the other day. I can't even quite remember it
What I
verbatim, but like
said.
it was like something around the words of like a good life is doing what you wasting your time on doing what you want to do.
Yeah, I said that.
You know what I'm
It was a
saying?
quote I read.
Quote
Yeah,
like
I agree. I agree. I think also like people put too much pressure on creativity. Like
yeah, yeah.
let her breathe.
Later, like just
Let her
do
breathe. It's
something
like just
like
have
it's okay.
fun.
Like it ain't gotta get a million likes or views
Or
or
no one has to see it at
at
all.
all.
Like
Like
we're having fun. Like I'm really just in
true.
this world to have fun. And when it comes to creativity, on whether like I'm sharing it with the world or it's just for me, the moment I stop having fun with it, I'm done with it. Like that's just like
Who the
I'm
fuck
just
said that?
a rapper. I don't know who.
Fuck up, I'm done with him. I'm having fun with it. I'm the only one putting shots up and like. Was it Drake? I think it
Child,
may have been
probably,
Drake.
honey.
I think it may have been Drake. Shout out Drizzy.
Shout out
I
to
hope you doing
Drake.
well. I know boy did a number on you.
Yeah,
Bounce back, nigga.
please do. Yeah, the moment I stop having fun with it, I'm done with it because it's just like I want to have fun. Like, but also I am the person like who wants to have fun, but I also feel like I want to do what I love for a living. Like that's a whole nother
Mm-hmm.
component. That's a whole nother can. I don't even know if I want to open right now. But like I get to do what I love for a
Yeah,
living.
yeah.
That's just not everybody has to. Well,
Mm-hmm.
not even I won't say love, but it doesn't have to be like this creative thing. You don't have to be creating for a living.
Yeah,
You really
yeah.
don't. Like
Yeah,
you
you're
could just
creating
be
for enjoyment.
creative for the enjoyment of it, but
Mm-hmm.
me being who I am and how I am, like it must be a part of like everything I do because I'm a
Yeah,
diehard.
I see that.
But with that being said, though, do you feel like you are creatively fulfilled these days?
In in my new routine, I haven't quite mapped out large like chunks of time for creativity yet. I've
Yeah.
had pockets of creativity,
Mm-hmm.
like little bitty times where I can get creative. I got a little free time. I'm flowing, but since like the new year started, I started a new routine, a new
Right.
timing, and I'm still trying to map out, like I said, that time to be just like unleash the creativity. Like really got a lot of time to get it done, like a day or two.
Yeah.
Right now, I've just been having moments. In the moments though, I haven't had like great breakthroughs, like great I don't know levels of vulnerability, like
Mm.
in the little bitty times I've had because like since this new routine has been going, I be going, 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 and then when I do finally pause, I get to like go through my emotions and like analyze and see how I really felt. So it has helped um, really bring a new wave of energy to my creativity, but I haven't had a lot of time to harness it really, you know. So I'm sort of fulfilled because when I'm in it, it's amazing, but I
Right.
ain't been able to get in it how I want to. So
Yeah.
I'm on that borderline. Like I said, when you start new routines, like everything is trying to find a place. So I'm at that point. So I'm fulfilled when I'm in it, but I'm still trying to find like the right timing right now with this new schedule.
Yeah.
So are you fulfilled? Fulfilled.
What is going
My
on? You're
bad.
crazy. I yes and no. Like it's kind of the same
Okay.
thing as you since we live in two different lives, but we kind of live the same life. Like almost.
I get where you going.
Yeah, so it's just like my routine, our routines are woven into one another. Like, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So it's yeah, my shit been new too, and
Yeah.
like I'm trying to like find a balance. On top of all that, with me trying to find my routine, like a lot of life been happening.
Yeah,
You
that
know, like
too.
a lot of
Yeah.
life has just been happening. I would say yes because I get to be here and like flex this creative muscle like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There are some new things that I'm incorporating into the pod as well.
Yep, yep. Sundays. Tune
So
in.
yeah, on Sunday. So
Tune in.
like that's yeah, I'm flexing that creative muscle when it comes to, I guess I'll say career creativity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I get it. The creativity that you do that actually like brings a revenue in.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and brings a revenue, but like also my service to humanity, like that
Mm-hmm.
part of creativity. But I think personally, I don't know. I like to read a lot and I do that, but also it's just like I want to do some other things, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And I think that I haven't really been romanticizing the like simple forms of creativity like cooking and just like the little simple things that we do, going on a walk, just the
Mm-hmm.
simple creative pockets of everyday life. I haven't been allowing myself to like just enjoy those because of like the newness of our routines.
Yeah, yeah,
But yes and no.
yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. It is. It is. You go through these seasons when you add new things in, subtracting new things, like everything has to find a place. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Everything has to find a place. I love
And
that.
it's so new. Like we just now getting into. Is today February 1st?
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't think. I don't know. I
We
just
but we close. Like we just
we're
in the
pretty
first month of
close.
the year, so
January been so long to me though.
it went by fast for me.
Not to me. Like I've
But
been holding on for dear life.
so everybody like is this is the time of year where everybody's adding new things in, and it's an adjustment
Mhm.
period. So it's like
Yeah.
I've been satisfied, but not quite
Yeah, it could be
100.
better.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
How essential do you think individualism is in regards to creativity?
It's kind of like they tied in. It's like for me, it's like one is the other, and the other is the one. Like right
Yeah, yeah,
when
for
you are
sure.
being creative, you are being an individual, and when you are being an individual, more than likely you are being very creative at that moment. So it's like they
Yeah.
kind of like tied right in, but I would say the difference could be like individualism is how you like see yourself separate from everything else.
Okay.
And I don't know if you want to put that same reflective mirror on your creativity and be like, how I create is who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one of them has that, the other one doesn't. So I think that might be the difference between the two, but they play in together very well. Every person I know that I look at and be like, they like are one of a kind. I also regard them high as a creative. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
go they flow. So whenever you doing you, like I said, whenever you doing you, you usually gonna be in your own lane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I rarely have ever been doing me and saw another nigga close to me. Rarely ever have I ever saw another nigga close to me when I was doing me. Like, hey,
Wow.
to this day, when I step in my lane, I can walk through that bitch like Ray Charles. I could drive like Ray
Not
Charles.
Ray.
Like for real, when you in your own lane, you could drive like Ray Charles.
Yeah.
You shouldn't hit nothing but a wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that's it. You should never
Mhm.
be a crash with nobody else in your own lane.
Yeah.
Never saw another nigga there ever.
Ever.
So what about you? How is I don't know how to word that.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it.
Something you said. What did you say when you
I'm a
talked
read it.
about? That too. But when you talked about you were just basically talking about how the people who you
All
like
the,
really admire as
yeah,
creatives,
yeah, yeah. No, as
as
like
as
individuals,
as
like one of a kind.
individuals, as one of yeah, they're really creative people. I completely agree with that 100%. I think some of my favorite artists, I
Hmm.
love them so much because they are them as fuck.
Yeah,
Like they
yeah,
are them as fuck,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like they don't know how to be nothing else.
True. Even just like not even so artists. I don't mean to cut you off, but just like you are an artist too, though. So I guess you in that category.
We're
But
all
like
artists, but I know
you,
what you mean, though.
but like
Yeah,
you, like my grandmother, like you're like she's an individualist, like an individual for real. Like that woman's so sweet, but at the same time, we'll get on that ass. Like
yeah,
she's like one of a kind. I can't get too many loves like that
yeah.
ever. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
So like
mhm.
anybody can be like you said, a creative, and like everybody's individual when they doing them.
Yeah, agreed. Now, what do I think about it? I think that individualism is so important to creativity. Often I hear like, oh, everybody, like, have you ever, like, in any industry, I feel like this is said a lot. It's just something that people like to say. Oh, everyone's doing the same thing.
Oh
You
yeah, I
see
hate
the
that shit.
same thing, da 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 da. But the thing about it is, yeah, everyone may be doing the same thing,
Quote
but no
unquote.
one's doing it exactly like the other person is doing it because no one is seeing the world, no one sees the world the way you see the world. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
that blows my mind sometimes.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
way that I perceive the world because of what I've experienced, because who I am, because of my genetic makeup, no one else will ever be able to see the world the way I do. Like, even like the way you see, like, I can't even fathom. Like, I can try to get in that little noggin of yours, and trust me, I try. But like, I could never perceive the world the way that you perceive the world. And with that being said, ain't nobody ever gonna do shit the way you gonna do it.
Yeah,
So
true.
individualism is so important, and like the world needs you to be you now more than ever. The world needs you to be your most authentic, truest, rawest, most vulnerable self. Like that shit is needed. Like
Yeah,
sometimes, like I in the beginning, because now I'm just like we had a breakthrough a couple of months ago. Real bitches do what they want.
oh, you talking about? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
together,
yeah,
like
yeah.
together, but individually. We had a breakthrough. It's just like this is a podcast. Yes, there are a lot of podcasts. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
in the wellness space, in the wellness and spirituality space. But I used to kind of like shrink myself. No one talked the way we talk. I used to be kind of discouraged a little bit because I didn't often feel like I seen myself in, I guess, the
Representation.
representation in the podcast or wellness space. Like I just didn't see that representation in. I guess that's one of the reasons that we decided to create this
Get into this
space.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think it's so important. Create the shit you want to see. Like whatever
Mm-hmm.
you think is missing, whatever you want to see, you need to create it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need to
Facts.
be that, because if you're yearning for that particular thing, for that feeling, for that space, for that representation, somebody else too, like there's a need
True.
for it.
True.
There's a need for it. And like I said, we had a little breakthrough. So I was just like, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to try to be anything other than myself. I'm not going to try to be marketable. I'm not going to try to be relatable. I'm not going to try to be who I think people need me to be. I'm going to just be myself because that's what people need me to be.
What you needed you to be.
That's what I need me to be more than anything. And it's just like a weight lifts off my shoulder. Like, I feel like I'm not carrying the world on my shoulders anymore. And I get to just be. And that's just like the most beautiful part of creativity, of art. Like, no one see the world the way you do, so no one's going to be able to express the way you express, create the way you create. Stop
I don't know why.
laughing at me.
I don't know why that made me laugh. I don't know why.
You are
My
you're a terrible person.
my deepest apologies. I agree with you. In the time we live in, like you need to be you more than ever.
Yeah.
In a time period where like the tools are out there for everybody right now.
What?
So the only tool that is not accessible to other people that you have at your advantage is you.
Yeah.
Like doing you is like the tool that nobody else has. Like
Mhm. Mhm.
every rapper can go buy a mic, can go buy beats. Everybody can go do this, but like they can't have what you have, which is you. You are your greatest tool. There's a lot of using that sentence. It
You are your
cut me
greatest
up
tool.
real bad.
Yeah.
You are your greatest tool. You are your greatest experience as well. Like that's the
Wow.
one thing you've done longer than anybody is do you. So turn to that
Bars.
shit. Like whenever you got a problem, whenever anything happens, turn to you.
Yeah.
How have you individually got through shit? Don't
Yeah.
think about it as a whole. Like you are your greatest asset. Like as long as
Yeah.
you doing you, like you will always have a tool that the world could never get to, ever
Wow.
get to.
Facts. You always had the answers. Like,
To me or just like everybody.
generally speaking.
Oh,
You too though. You too.
fuck
Like
you and me.
you always have the
No, I don't always have
answers.
no answers.
Even when we think we don't have the answers,
Yeah.
we
That's
have
not
the
true.
answers. Like when we sister has a line, because I listen first of fucking all, I listened to
Right.
the whole SOS yesterday. What the
You
hell?
did.
It's so good. Like I've been on it, but it's just like damn. But she was like, mine get, I'm not gonna sing it. I was gonna try to sing it, but mine get
You funny.
mine get possessed and let my spirit speak freely. She says that in the song, and it's
Yeah.
like when it comes to creativity, I think we often overthink it. Like we be trying to use our mind. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
shut up.
Yeah,
Let your spirit speak. Like let your soul speak. Your soul knows all things.
yeah.
It knows what you could, bro. Your body, your soul knows what you could never know. It has the answers for questions you've been asking your whole ass life. Just sit down.
Whole ass life.
Your whole ass life. You feel me? Whenever you feel like disconnected from your creativity, from your creative self, how do you initiate a reconnect?
I don't. It's not necessarily like something I do.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I don't know about other people's lives, but a lot of times shit just happens.
For sure.
In my life, shit happens. So I don't know about y'all, but shit happens all the time in
Man,
my life.
what? Stay happening. Life stay living.
So I'm always forced to re-engage my creativity to solve this problem.
Okay.
Cause like me and you, of course, together, like we've spent our lives betting on ourselves.
For sure.
We've spent our lives leaning on each other and leaning on each other individually, like leaning on ourselves to get things done.
Yeah.
So with every problem I'm faced with the opportunity to reconnect with my creativity each time. So I've been blessed in that way. But other times that I've manually tried to reconnect was just like consistency and like repetition, just getting back to it. Even on days like I don't feel like recording, sometimes I'll get in there and still record something. You know what I mean? Even if it don't turn out great or amazing, I'm still getting back into the rhythm of putting words together, finding flows and shit like that.
Yeah.
So repetition can get you back connected. But a lot of times, if you just live life, your true, unfiltered life, and just really go through the feelings and like embrace everything that you're going through, creativity shows up. If you
For
answer
sure.
if you answer your responsibilities, like, and not push them off on other people, blame other people, and actually take your problems head on, you will have to do something creative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
You have to put something together. So, me, a lot of times life gonna do it, but when life don't do it for me, repetition, just be consistent. Go in there and do it. I know you might not feel very creative right now. Pick up the brush, you know what I mean? Pick up the pen, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Go in there and do it anyways.
Pick up the spatula.
The spatula, like whatever it is you do, like go pick it up anyways. It might turn out horrible, but also it might like lend you back into the creative ability. You might find something. You never know.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So, how do you reconnect after a disconnect?
I do nothing.
Hmm.
I literally do absolutely nothing. And I just live. It's kind of like what you said. I live. I have fun.
Yeah.
I like to lay in my bed a lot, and I don't know. I sometimes I will say lately I've been in that bed too much.
Well, you love that bed.
I say I've been in the bed
What?
too much. It's just so safe and so cozy and secure. So I
Love
just
that
love it there
motherfucker,
so
boy.
much. But I literally do nothing. I spend a lot of time resting. I spend a lot of time like meditating and listening to sound healing music and journaling and writing. Like, just, I guess really my self-care routine is my creative routine. Like, that's how I like remain creative. That's how I spark the creativity. Even like when journaling, I started out journaling years ago, and now I'm like, damn, I'm a writer. Like, I'm a philosopher. I'm a poet. Like, the way my shit be sounding, I'm like, that's the way my shit be sounding. Like,
it is.
I'm a lyricist.
And you be going off.
And I'm finally embracing it. Yeah, but I do nothing. Like, to even get to that point where I just do nothing. I don't think about creativity. I don't think about doing it, because I think sometimes when I think about doing it, it drains me. And it's scary. Like I said, because we put so much pressure on creativity and doing something creative in the arts. Just like, it's scary to me. It overwhelms me, so I don't think about it. I have fun. I read a good ass book. Right now I'm reading Blue Sisters by Coco Millers. When I tell y'all, I almost called the little lady. I just speak like that, but I was gonna say that bitch is cold, but she is.
You need to say that bitch is cold.
She's good,
you
bro.
You read me like little segments from it, and I'll be like, yeah.
You literally said
she go. That bitch.
You
go.
said I gotta read that.
Yeah, that bitch go.
Coco. Yeah, she's good.
Coco go.
Coco is so good. But like, yeah, like I just get inspired through everyday life. I literally do nothing. Don't think about that shit. I lay in my bed, I meditate, listen to sound healing music, and I might wake up in the middle of the night and be like, damn, I gotta write this down. Or like, I might have a dream. Like, yeah, it's like I literally write things down all day. Side note, I think that creativity is such like a self-development tool. It's such like a self-growth tool. I was talking to you, and I hope you don't mind me sharing this, about YouTube and like vlogging. You kind of mentioned you might do it in the future or whatever. And I'm just like telling you, I know right now this ain't my season to do it because I've been called to do something else. But even what I'm doing now is self-development. Honestly, like it's building character. But like when you are creating something, especially like YouTube, you vlogging, that kind of shit, bro, that shit show you who you are. It builds your character. It's self-development. It's a part of your evolution. It gives you courage. Like, I had to do a thing this week, and I was so scared, a creative thing. And I was so afraid. Like, I was so anxious. And after I did it, I was like, damn, yeah, I'm really that bitch. I did it. Whoa, it builds courage and confidence. And that's so important.
It is.
So important.
Like you said, I didn't think that. I never thought about it like that. Creativity does build character.
It does.
Like, you really can. It really shows you like who you are, what you capable of.
Yes.
When you really do you.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit, it's
rejuvenating.
Rejuvenile. I was gonna say rejuvenile. Your paper chase. You got your block on fire. What is it?
Rejuvenating. Relinquishing.
Not relinquishing, but rejuvenating.
Oh, rejuvenating.
But like, I see like your thing is like you refuel. You replenish when you disconnect it. Like, you
That's
replenish.
What I was trying to say. Replenish. Yeah.
That's cool. I never even thought about just like, let me just get right in other areas and it'll flow back to me.
Yeah.
You let it come back to you. We have different styles about that, because like, you let it come back to you, and I like work it back out of me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, different styles. So
I feel like the reason I do that though, because for so long I kind of used to force myself to be creative, and it was just YouTube. It was me and my personal YouTube channel. I was forcing myself to be creative. I was forcing myself to do those things, and when I finally did them, it did feel good. But I don't know, I just felt so drained.
Yeah.
And I just was like, nah, let's just lay back, let's rest, and it always comes back to me because it's mine.
And I had like the adverse, like, I felt like I was too laid back with it, and I needed to be more consistent with it. So it just goes to show, like, everybody has their own little creative process.
For sure.
How to get it going. So
for sure.
Make it individual. Make it about you.
Definitely. So for those who are feeling creatively unfulfilled, what is like one small thing they can do to get tapped into that creativity?
For me, like, it's always been as small as like putting an outfit on, because I like clothes. I don't like just love like just fashion. I'm not just like totally into it, but I do like putting some shit on.
Yeah.
Put an outfit on, or if you love food, go to a new place and try something new. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
It's really individual, but like go do something that you like, but is a little outside of your norm. You know what I mean? If you're a foodie, go try a new place you never tried. If you like an outdoors person, like you work out, go try a workout style you never really like did before. You know what I mean? Go hiking or something like that.
Yeah.
Rock
Yeah.
climbing. Go do something that is something you love, but it's in a new fashion. You know what I mean? Just do
Yeah.
something small.
Yeah.
Don't try to like this grand new like business plan, this grand new thing like to do. Like don't like
Because those things are exciting.
yeah,
Yeah, they
they
make you
be
feel like you're
exciting too.
doing some
Like
shit.
yeah, but like just take it small. Like a lot of times we think that like once we get like I guess disconnected from our creativity and that thing, then it ain't meant for us. Like oh I should do something different because like if this was really my thing, then like I wouldn't be feeling like this.
It'll
Maybe
be
I
so
should.
easy.
No, like
Just keep doing
even a
it.
life of creating, you gonna have moments where you feel drained from what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you told me this. I don't know where I got this from, but somebody said that they find something they love and then they do it until it makes them crazy.
That wasn't me, but that's
Like
crazy work.
that's a lot of problems with a lot of people. Like I've had that problem before too. I love music, but then I'll drive myself crazy about it. You know what I'm saying? Like overthinking it and like putting so much pressure on it and wanting
Yeah.
these results from
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like that's a problem that so many people have. Like just let go of the fact that you don't always have to be connected with it. You just have to be committed to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So small step, just do something small and creative outside of your norm. What about you? What advice would you give somebody on that?
I would say nourish your inner child. What did you like to do when you were younger?
True.
You know what I mean? Like
True.
what did they like to do? What for me personally, like, and I think about this shit all the time and I'm just like, wow, I'm really living my wildest dreams. I stayed writing like I was thinking about Insecure. I'm really Issa. Like I used to write raps.
You did, baby.
I ain't go as far as rapping them in the mirror. I should have.
But you did perform. At
But
the
I did
crib.
perform,
You did
though.
perform, though.
I performed. Like
You
I was
did.
writing songs. I was drawing clothes. Like you've seen
I
my
have seen your
my fashion
drawings.
journal from when
Yes,
I was
that shit was
12.
crazy.
Yeah, like so think about what did you love as a child? What was the thing that gave you that fire, that light inside?
True.
And do that. It don't in whatever capacity you want to do that. Do it in. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever your younger self, your inner child wants to do because truth be told, that inner child is still within you.
Yeah.
Like that's still who you are.
Yeah.
And you are healing your inner child. You are literally nourishing your inner child, feeding your soul when you do the things that light you and your inner child up.
True.
Period.
I did that kind of practice. I got back into baseball.
Yeah, we used to play. I played baseball. It's so funny.
Yeah,
like I played baseball too when I was a kid. Side note, I just ran across a picture of my grandma and me on the field.
You did.
I'm on third base.
On third.
Loaded up.
So I mean, you got a hit.
I don't know if I got a hit.
Well, you got
wait.
third.
No, I got a hit for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know
third.
if I scored though.
No, I don't know if you scored though.
Who knows?
We're gonna say you did.
We're gonna say I did though. If anybody asks.
But like, yeah, I got back into baseball like because I was needing to get back into something creative.
Yeah.
Like, what did my inner child enjoy? Now, one of the earliest things in life I found enjoyment with was baseball.
So cute.
It was, and like, it drew me back into like clothes though, which is funny because my favorite baseball team is the Yankees, and like the Yankees logo is like one of the coldest logos. It's like a really popular hat. You see it everywhere in fashion, really. Like, and I don't know, when I saw the logo, it got me back creative. Like, I don't know what it was, but like that's how that shit works. You just do something you enjoy, your inner child enjoys, and like, boom.
The beautiful thing about creativity is that you never know where it will take you.
True.
When you're open to it and you have no attachment to an outcome, to anything, you never know where it's gonna take you. Like, and you just got to be trusting in it.
True.
You never know where it's gonna take you, and also you don't know where it's gonna take you, but also you don't know who you're gonna connect with in the process. You don't know who needs you, who needs to see you do you so they can have the courage to step out and be them. Like, you just don't know, like, your purpose, your calling, whatever you're meant to do, it's connected to the rest of the humanity. True. Like, it's connected to someone else. So, like we've been saying the whole fucking time, the world needs you to be you now more than ever. Thanks. I need you to be you. Like, I need you to be you.
Yeah, don't ever think you're too small to inspire. Somebody's looking up to you.
Yeah.
Somebody is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might not know it, you might not can see it, but somebody looks at you and says, like, I love that they keep going. Like, it motivates me. Don't ever think you're too small to inspire.
Yeah. Agreed.
But with that being said.
I usually try to give a little, closing, but that was it. That was it. We're sending you so much peace, so much love, so much abundance, so much creative source, energy, and everything you need in this moment. We'll talk to you next time. Bye. Mwah.
Peace. What's the giggle part?
Because I almost couldn't get up.